This was never a video that I ever thought that I would be making. You see this happening all the time, but you never think that it's gonna happen to you. I'm sorry, I'm like so nervous right now. We've been processing and grieving and healing from this for about 3 weeks already. And I really wanted to make this video because I feel like it will help me. Like, addressing it, I feel like would help me just find more peace. Talking about it, I feel like helps me. This is what has helped me heal to this point, is discussing it. I feel like I'm always talking to Anthony about the situation every day, but I do kind of want to just get into what has happened so far. But first, I did want to say that obviously I'm here by myself. This past couple weeks we have been battling COVID. Unfortunately, Noah got COVID and passed it along to us. Now thankfully we are healed and negative, but my babysitters, unfortunately, my family still has COVID, so we haven't been able to have a babysitter. So that's where Anthony is right now, is with Noah. I didn't feel like I needed to wait for Anthony to film this video because I feel like I'm the one that has to do all the talking. He doesn't really have anything to say, and I feel like he would just be here like as a support system. But I know in the back of my head that he would be giving me a big ol' hug right now while filming this. He's downstairs with Noah, so that is where Anthony is, because I know there's gonna be questions about that. I think I'm just gonna start all the way back, which is maybe like a month and a half ago. So I kind of started, I'm gonna start crying. Oh, please forgive me. But I didn't think that I was going to be this emotional. I feel like I'm partially already at peace with it, and I haven't been so emotional lately. So I'm surprised that I'm getting so emotional right now. But starting a while back, so it all started, I kind of just had a feeling that I was pregnant, and it's weird because when I was pregnant with Noah, I had no symptoms. I just felt like I was pregnant. And that's what happened this time as well. I just had like a feeling I was pregnant. But in my head, I knew that it was too early to test. So it's just like in the back of my mind, I was like, I think I'm pregnant. But I didn't tell Anthony anything. But I just kept thinking like, I think I'm pregnant. It was just like, it's still too early probably to test. And then a week goes by and I noticed that I was breaking out so bad. And I never break out like this. And I was just breaking out like crazy. Like, I was just getting acne so bad. And so I was like, I'm pregnant. I am pregnant because I'm getting acne and I never get acne. So I'm for sure pregnant. And so like 2 days go by. I had put Noah down for bed. Anthony was downstairs getting a haircut, and I was cleaning up our room, and I came across a pregnancy test in our bathroom. And I was like, okay, let me take this test. I just had one test in there. And so I was like, let me take this test. It might still be too early, but maybe not. And so I took the test. I was pregnant. I was so happy, and it was, although I knew in the back of my head, I was still like shocked to read the words pregnant on the screen. But I was so excited. I instantly got on my phone. I don't think I went to bed till like 12 in the morning that night. I was on my phone. Anthony kept telling me, go to bed, you're gonna be tired tomorrow. And I could not sleep. I was looking up how to tell Anthony I was pregnant, like cute ideas, like Big Brother t-shirts. Like I was so excited to be pregnant and go through this journey again. I'm smiling because I'm just thinking about the happiness that it brought me in such little time. I'm not gonna lie, in the back of my head I was scared. I was thinking about Noah and how he wasn't gonna be the only baby anymore, and how I was gonna have to divide my attention, and how I was gonna have to quit Noah from breastfeeding, and I was starting to feel guilty, and I was starting to feel bad for Noah, and it was just a bunch of emotions that I was going through. And looking back now, I feel guilty for feeling that way and for having even a little bit of negativity in my mind. But I definitely was getting nervous about having 2 babies and 2 under 2, and I was just thinking like, how is Noah gonna feel about this? And I was just really like getting emotional about it, and as much as I was excited about it, I was also really nervous. I just started thinking like, Noah loves his cousins. Like Noah loves his cousins so much. He loves his cousins, his aunts, his uncles. So I just knew that Noah would be happy with another sibling because he's such a lovable baby and he loves to be around his family. And so I just knew like Noah is gonna be happy with another brother or sister. Like he's not gonna be mad at me for this. Like he's gonna be happy. It's gonna bring him happiness. And so I just kept telling myself that. And then I started to get even more excited. And then I was looking up how to tell my family, how to tell Anthony. I have a full YouTube video about telling Anthony that I was pregnant actually. I decided to tell Anthony the next day. I wanted it to be like this big like surprise that I was like doing for Anthony, but I could not wait. Like I had to tell him. I just went to Target the next day. Anthony and Noah went somewhere. I forgot where they went, but I just went to Target and I got a box. I put a little baby onesie in there and this little like baby stuffed animal. Put the positive pregnancy test in there. I'll never forget the look on Anthony's face. He was so surprised and so shocked that I was pregnant. But Anthony was excited as well, and we just started obviously discussing like when I found out, how I feel, if I'm nauseous, like stuff like that, you know, normal conversation. Also told Noah as well. I told Noah when I told Anthony. He didn't really understand at all. So like he doesn't ask me now. He doesn't talk about it. He didn't understand at all what was happening. So I feel like that's good because I don't have to explain to him what happened. But he does like this box. And he likes this little bear and he calls it like baby. But he just likes to look at this box because he knows that like I surprised him and Anthony with it. But he doesn't understand like what has happened. Anyways, I was telling Anthony I feel like I'm like 8 weeks along, and I noticed that my stomach was super bloated. Like I was so bloated, like so bloated. My stomach was so big. And so I was telling Anthony like I feel like I'm really far along because my stomach just looks so big. And so I thought that I was like 8 weeks. I actually went to the doctor just to kind of see like how far along I was because I wasn't sure. I'm not good at keeping track of my periods and they're pretty irregular, so I couldn't tell just based off of that. So I was like, I need to go to the doctor to see what is happening there. And so we went, and it turned out that I was only like barely 5 weeks, and they couldn't really even tell how far along I was because she said it was like super early, but they definitely could see that I was pregnant. They took a positive pregnancy test there. And what was in the uterus? I don't remember. It wasn't like fully, was it the yolk sac she said it was? She saw the yolk sac, I believe. But the egg hadn't like made its way there yet. It was super, super early on, which gives me like more peace about the whole situation. So yeah, and that was already a week after I took a positive pregnancy test at home. So I was like, wow, I found out I was pregnant when I was like 4 weeks pregnant. And I thought I was like 9 weeks, but we had our doctor's appointment and it began feeling so real. It began feeling so real for us. I was planning my gender reveal in my head. I was planning my baby shower. I was planning how I was gonna tell my family. I had a whole Pinterest board of my pregnancy outfits that I was gonna wear. We were getting excited. And I wanna say maybe like 4 days later, that was the end of our journey. That was the end of our pregnancy. And there was no more. I started bleeding. I had gone to the doctor. They confirmed that there was nothing left inside of my uterus. That was it. So that was the end of our pregnancy journey. And as sad as it is, I'm happy that it was so early on. It was so early on. I'm finding peace with the fact that I was just so early on and there was nothing that I could do about it. I just feel like maybe it wasn't the right timing for us, and that's okay. I'm so beyond thankful for Noah and that I have him, and he brings me so much happiness. And so every day I just look at him and I learn to be grateful that I have him. Every time I look at him, I'm just like, you are so lucky and blessed to have this baby in your life. And just maybe it wasn't the right time for us. Maybe in 5 months, 2 years, our time will come. Anthony has been very supportive of me and of my journey, what I'm feeling. Honestly, a lot of the days it feels like I'm going through it alone because I don't want Noah to see me cry. So I do my grieving in the shower, on the car rides, when I'm alone. That's when I do my grieving and my crying. So oftentimes it feels like I'm alone, but I know that I always have Anthony and Noah. And I'm just so thankful for them and my family. I'm sorry. I just know that everything is gonna be okay and everything happens for a reason. As hard as it is, I know that our time is coming. But it's still hard to know like what we could have had. And every time I see someone who's pregnant, it just hurts. It just hurts because I know that that should be me. So it's hard. Like, I try to stay positive. But, you know, in the back of my head, I'm always gonna have sadness for the whole situation. I know we've been so super inactive here on YouTube, but I hope you guys can understand why now. We definitely do want to be more active, and I feel like content and filming for you guys really brings me happiness. That is my safe space. That is my happiness. Honestly, I feel like a weight has just been like lifted off of my shoulders. I want to thank you guys so much for always being a part of our journey through the highs, the lows, the ups and downs. You guys are there for us through everything, and I am so thankful and blessed to have you guys in our life. I think I'm gonna leave today's video at that.